a leopard versus a panther. You know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about Grimmjow versus Rob Lucci. Who do you guys think would win in an all-out fight between them? Oh man, I would love to see this. I would really love to see them both go at it. Both of them have great speed, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and say Grimmjow I think has better speed. As far as hand-to-hand combat, I'm gonna have to go with Rob Lucci because Lucci, I think he's trained for years, in hand-to-hand, and Grimmjow not saying he has never trained or anything like that. But Rob Lucci just seems like a better martial artist in terms of fighting, if you ask me. Like as far as hand to hand, but as far as power, I'm giving it to Grimmjow. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Grimmjow. Grimmjow has displayed a lot more power. I think Grimmjow's swordsmanship is, obviously Rob Lucci doesn't have swordsmanship, so I'm gonna have to say, I think that does play a factor in fighting. I think Grimmjow in his base form, will create some real trouble for Rob Lucci in his base form. Although Rob Lucci does have Tech Eye, which is, like actually translates to Iron Body, and he can turn his body into, I guess an Iron Mask, you could say. But then Grimmjow also has Steel Like Skin. I think it's called Arrow. So both of them have incredible defense as far as that goes. Both have pretty good speed, fair to say, in their base forms. I think Rob Lucci takes the cake as far as just basic hand to hand combat because we've seen Grimmjow do a little bit of that too. But when they both transform, when we see Grimmjow use his resurrection, and we see Rob Lucci use the full extent of his devil fruit powers, and we see him take his half leopard form, who do you think would win between them? Both of them have amazing power in their forms. I'm thinking that Grimmjow has more power. He's shown more destructive capabilities in his resurrection than Rob Lucci has shown in his Zoan form. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that one to Grimmjow power because we've seen Grimmjow during the Hueco Mundo arc destroy big cylinders with him and Ichigo fight. Not saying Rob Lucci hasn't destroyed anything, so I don't want people to get me wrong as far as thinking I'm not saying Rob Lucci's not destructive. He's pretty strong, but I'm thinking that Grimmjow has probably more destructive power than Rob Lucci. He also has Ceros and all that, that pose the trouble against Rob Lucci. But as far as I'm gonna have to say, like again, like as far as hand to hand, Rob Lucci still takes the cake to me. I think that would cause some trouble for Grimmjow, and he has his Tekai, but again, Grimmjow does have his steel like skin, so that's, I guess you could say it's kind of even as far as defenses, like I've already said, but as far as speed, who would I give it to? I'm gonna have to go ahead and give that to Grimmjow. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give that to Grimmjow. I think like Rob Lucci, his speed is amazing. He's pretty fast. Yeah, but I'm like Grimmjow. If anybody's ever seen when he fought against Ichigo when he went into his resurrection, and saw how fast him and Ichigo were going at it. Not saying that Luffy and Rob Lucci weren't going fast when they were fighting, but I'm thinking that Ichigo, in my opinion, Ichigo was already faster than Luffy, but with his Bankai on, and especially with the Hollow Mask, and for Grimmjow to be going toe to toe with Ichigo like that, back then I'm thinking like, I'm gonna have to say that Grimmjow was probably slightly faster. Not probably maybe more than slightly faster. I'm gonna say not a lot faster, but just I don't know, like a lot more, but not. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I think Grimmjow is moves a lot swifter than Rob Lucci does, since Rob Lucci is bulky and and he can make his form smaller. But I don't know. I just have to give that to Grimmjow as far as speed. So as far as who I think would win amongst them, like they both have pretty powerful moves. I'm gonna have to say that Lucci. I'm trying to remember what the name of the move is called. Where I know he think he it's a blade he shoots out of his leg. Hold on, guys. Let me look this up really quick. What is it? Lucci's move. Sorry, guys. Taking a long time. Hold on. Just trying to find it so I know what I'm talking about. Where are you? Oh man, I can't find it right now, guys. But if you know what I'm talking about, the move that he can use to cut through steel, and I'm gonna have to say that that would probably cause a lot of trouble for Grimmjow because it means he could actually cut Grimmjow. It wouldn't be one of those moments that we've seen with Kenpachi and Noritora where he couldn't cut him and all that kind of stuff. Because I don't think Grimmjow's arrow is like of that caliber. So I'm gonna have to say that he would pose a pretty big threat. So if Grimmjow gets hit with that, I think that Grimmjow would be pretty badly wounded. But then Grimmjow also has, some powerful moves and stuff. Like I said, his Grand Ray Sarah. I mean, I really don't think that what's his name? Sure, I can't think of his name. Rob Lucci can even stand up to that. Lucci, I don't think can even take that. I mean, Lucci, he was able to take a jet pistol and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think a jet pistol is of that power. I mean, have you ever seen how powerful Grand Racer is? I mean, we never actually seen it destroy anything, but for it to actually, be so powerful that Aizen didn't want any of the Espada to use it in Las Noches, I never, I mean, I don't think that anything I'm gonna say, like, as far as the CP9 characters go, I don't think any of them could really stand up to that. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this victory to Grimmjow. I'm thinking that Grimmjow could probably beat Lucci. In my opinion, I think that he's faster. He can move swifter. Lucci, he has his sword and he can move pretty fast himself. But I'm like, we also got to remember Grimmjow has Sonido, and I'm like, he's like a Sonido master, and I really think that he would win, in my opinion. But if you guys feel differently, go ahead and give me your thoughts. Tell me why you think that Lucci would win. Why you think he could beat Grimmjow, or if you think he had more power than him, you think he had more speed. If he could move swifter, go ahead and tell me why. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. Please rate, please comment, subscribe if you like my videos. I also have videos on Naruto prediction rants, Bleach prediction rants, and One Piece prediction rant. So if you'd like to hear what my thoughts are going to be on upcoming chapters, what I think, how a chapter is going to go and all that kind of stuff, feel free to check out more of my channel. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you later.